Travel and Tours Travel Association. That's why India, sometimes also Batik Air, our partner for today, for this time sales mission, also the sales mission coming from the airlines to promote Malaysia. So it's different. The MCs and also airlines really focus on the India market. And besides this, we also want to enforce a bilateral between Malaysia and India, because I always in tourism, always thinking of two ways, inbound and outbound. We need both, because it's connected people. When it's connected people, we need an airlines to bridge them. Okay, that's why we always, I always believe India visiting Malaysia, Malaysian visiting India. So it's very important to connect to both countries. And the best thing is Malaysia is very unique. Even though you can see in front of us, we are coming from the different races. So Malaysia is multicultural. Because of multicultural, we have so many different food. That what Miss Puja said just now. What foodie. So it's very important. That's why we want to promote. But sometimes when we come, we always our travel agent led by these two friends, Nigel and also Dato' Arul. We always say to them, because today this trip we bring 40 over Malaysia tourism sellers, Malaysia stakeholders to come and expose tourism Malaysia product to the Indian travel agent buyers. Now today in Mumbai, after this in Delhi, just to show the uniqueness of Malaysia, just to show the different product of Malaysia, what we want to bring. Of course, they know the travel agents, they know what to sell to Malaysia. If they know the target market is first timer, of course they will bring to Kuala Lumpur or Penang, you know. So some media in Chennai ask me why always Kuala Lumpur, Penang, Langkawi. So basically that is our target market for first timer. We want to introduce Kuala Lumpur to the Indian. Same like Incredible India, when they come to Malaysia, they always portray these three cities: Mumbai, Delhi, and also Chennai. In Delhi, they forced me to go to Agra to see Taj Mahal. Okay, so when they come for the second time visit, they ask me to go to Amritsar to see the what itu yang berkawat? Golden Temple in Amritsar also. So that's the thing that how we connected people and others. So during this time, during every sales mission, of course, besides have meeting with all the media, we also will have B2B meetings starting 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And beside that, I personally myself together with all these gentlemen, we also will go have private meeting with the key tour operators, especially the MICE market, wedding market, to make sure that we can get more numbers. And tonight we also will have a gala dinner to host the media and to host the travel agents, or to say thank you to all the travel agents who always, travel agent in Mumbai, who always support us. Just a little bit about Malaysia tourism. As you can see, our logo now is changed. Visit Malaysia year 2026-2027. Prime Minister already announced that he want to extend until 2027. It's due to the Iran crisis war, which is impact not only to Malaysia, for some of the country. Overall, yes, Malaysia still receive positive growth, 1%, 2%, January to June. But coming from India market, especially, we registered a little bit drop. This might be due from India citizen who stay in GCC country, which is, because GCC country really affected and some of them don't travel, or maybe they travel within the GCC, the numbers might drop. But inshallah we'll recover the second half of the year. We have the indicator number showing that Indian market already starting to increase by 4.8% per month, year-to-year basis. Besides that, India market, like I mentioned earlier, is very important. It's a top 5 source market for Malaysia. You know, after Singapore and then come China, Thailand, Indonesia. Millennials coming from India, based on my experience, they love to explore new things, they love to explore food, they love to go to the ecotourism product like Taman Negara, rainforest, because they want something different from others. You see, I've been to, they want the experiential one. So they want to try a different one. So that's why I say, if you know the target market, yes. Sometimes you target the family, you sell different product. That's why it cannot be sold. So that's why today the sales mission is to make sure that we know our right target market. But both of them know, both president know, because they only not focus on India. They travel all over the world, travel more than me, basically, to promote Malaysia, because they are the main operator, they are the main industry player who always selling Malaysia. Okay, I don't want to talk long, maybe you ask us a question later. Of course, you have to talk about events. We have a lot of events coming next year, and also the end of this year. So later I will inform about the event. Okay, MC, what's next? Or maybe I can pass to Nigel first to talk a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Encik Amirul. Namaste, everybody. My name is Nigel. I represent the Malaysian Association of Tour and Travel Agents. Just to give a bit of context, we are one of the national travel associations, and we are involved in all segments of travel, everything from inbound to outbound, business events, niche, tourism, as well as land transportation and air transportation as well, and pilgrimages. I suppose the main thing here is, as what our Director General has just said, India is one of the key source markets for Malaysia. And on that note, not just a key inbound market, but also a key outbound market. Mata, we have been working very, very closely with our Indian counterparts to try and generate that bilateral understanding and to promote, cross-country travel, which is extremely key. But in terms of how we identify with the Indian market, to be fair, this is my first trip to India, and Mumbai is the first city I've landed in. And quite frankly, I haven't had enough time here just yet. But my takeaway from Mumbai and understanding my Indian friends here is that like Kuala Lumpur, which is a big city, like my first time experience in India, both countries have extremely numerous items in common. Our history is interwoven, it's like a tapestry that you cannot unwind. And in that history, there's a lot of commonality. So when I come to India, surprisingly enough, I'm very comfortable with Indian food. In fact, dare I say, I should come back to India more often to just for the food alone, right? But that is the charm I find, in coming to India. And I found by talking to many of the Indians here that I've met, that same sense of curiosity, that same sense of identity is also inherent in Indian travelers. And on that note, in relation to this sales mission, I'm very proud to say that what Malaysia has to offer to the Indian travelers is an experience that is not only, as Pooja said, wholesome, but it is also very inclusive. And we feel that Malaysia has a lot to offer the Indian market in terms of everything from business travel down to niche tourism. And so on that note,
as Malaysia, Mr. Amirul mentioned that we are very multiracial countries. So the Indian owners, travel agent who owns, they are member here. They also can be member of our national president. There's no restriction. That it's not divided because we are Indian here in this association. And they are Chinese, as well as Malaysian Chinese Travel Association. They are Malaysian Inbound Chinese Association. So because of your geographical business outlook, they join this association, so we have focused ourselves with the Indian subcontinent. Our members are mostly focused on the Indian subcontinent, but they are allowed to do business anywhere, in any part of the world. And the license is open to anyone, any travel agent, they can do license, any part of the world. There is no restriction for us to do only India, only China, anything, just a little clarification. The second thing is, again, our DG mentioned that there was a small drop in the first 6 months. I think basically, people like me, we are day to day we are into the business. It is not so much a problem of India has dropped because basically because of the Iran war came, there are a lot of uncertainty. people, the first part, whether they want to travel or they don't want to travel. And there's also an increase of airfares. If you notice, all over the world there's an increase in airfares. That also will get a little bit of negative publicity on that thing. And airlines reduce some frequencies. So all these, in fact, that small percentage was down. But this second 6 months looks very good on the book. And I'm sure we will overcome that shortage, whatever we had the first 6 months. Thank you.
Anything you want to say?
Good afternoon, everyone. Namaste. My name is Haryanti. Just to recap on the our positioning of Tourism Malaysia in the country of India, we have 3 offices where we based in Chennai. That covers southern part of India. West Central India covers from the Mumbai office, and for the North India we cover from our New Delhi office. When we are talking about the little decreasing numbers from India into Malaysia, I would like to say on the connectivity. Throughout pan-India, over the years and even until now, reaching the 3rd quarter, we have over 35,000 seats capacity connecting from 16 cities of India into Malaysia into 3 main major entry, which are Kuala Lumpur, Langkawi and Penang. Throughout of these 35,000 seats, actually connecting via our Malaysia main airline carrier and also the Indian carriers such as Indigo, Air India, and of course from Malaysia we have our partners here, Batik Air, Malaysia Airlines and AirAsia. And also if you are talking about the promotion, awareness and campaign, throughout 3 of our main offices in India, every of our office serve for Pan-India. It doesn't mean that we are only like from ourselves here in Mumbai, we are covering only West and Central. No, every of our tour operator in India or based here in Mumbai, that we are looking for operators that work and serve for Pan-India. But of course, those from the airline carrier, the airline carrier itself, throughout the 16 states, which operating from which cities, then only we have to work personally. For example, like Indigo, which they fly from Bangalore in Chennai, they have direct flight to Langkawi, but no from Mumbai and Ahmedabad. So, talking about connectivity, we have this strong support from the airlines and looking forward also a new destination apart from these 3 major entry of Malaysia.
Product in Malaysia for Indian tourists is very attractive. There are lots available. I think that we give you some example. The focus very much into KL, then Genting Highlands, which is the hill station. Then they have to take another flight to go to Penang or Langkawi. After Langkawi had a direct flight from Bangalore, the numbers increased much further. So connectivity plays a very important role. Then Chennai Penang came in direct flight. Just about 10 days ago, we had a group direct from Chennai, 120 people Nippon Pay, in Sunday group, only Penang. They didn't even go to KL or anywhere else. Came to Penang and went back to Penang. So there is requirements are there, but just because of connectivity, the moment they go to KL, touchdown, they say, okay, we already in KL, might as well see KL. That's what I feel as an operator who've been doing 28 years Indian market. But what the product we have in terms of food, in terms of culture, in terms of transportation, value for money destination, value for money hotels, which is available across the country. Sabah Sarawak is one where the whole industry we are trying to promote to the Indian market. Tourism Malaysia also, every now and then they will see me, they will tell me, say, must do something Sabah Sarawak. We also do fam tours for travel agents to familiarize with other destinations. I think early this year we did 40 agents from Kerala. They went to Kota Kinabalu for 2 days, then come to KL and came back, which they say is wonderful to visit, but connectivity becomes 2.5 hours for Kuala Lumpur. A little bit negative. I think this is something which we are talking, whether any airline can operate into Kota Kinabalu directly, which will speed up the promotion there. And we also have a group of, we regularly have association We do fan tours for particularly for Indian market with travel association like the Kerala one for Thai, Kerala chapter. We did one for Tamil Nadu chapter. We did one for North India, which they went to Langkawi and Penang. So Langkawi and KL. And there's one we did just about a month ago with Selangor Tourism, which is Selangor state is where Kuala Lumpur surrounding state is Selangor, where the airport is in Selangor. So together with Tourism Malaysia, the state tourism body and the travel association, we normally create this kind of fam tours in order for them to get more opportunity to promote other part of Malaysia. But at the moment, still, yes, I agree, 70% is only in KL side. Come back. Slowly it's going, but I'm very confident. Surely.
And number two, they will visit. They will visit 3 cities. Our Prime Minister will visit 3 cities, and I'm very sure between India and Malaysia, there will a lot of MOU and also a lot of collaboration they will do. And besides that, also Tourism Malaysia itself, in order to make it the connectivity to connect India and Malaysia. So we already talked a lot with the Indigo Air, for example, to have more connectivity other destination than the main one, Kuala Lumpur. For example, maybe from other city in India coming to different city in Penang or Langkawi, or maybe Kota Kinabalu, like what Dato' Arun mentioned, because the demand is there, but now there are no connectivity. Okay, what will make tourism in Malaysia for India market, especially to do. That's why I always urge our tourism operators to have a new product, to have a new experience, like I mentioned earlier, to be introduced to the Indian market. Because for example, like niche, women tourism, you know. Sometimes I saw a group of only women, young Indian woman traveler, they come with the group, all women. See, the guide tell me, boss, this is woman tourism. You see, they have their own itinerary, different type of product they want to see. Sometimes they go to high end, sometimes they want to enjoy the street food. Okay, so that's why I said if we know our target market well, I think it will answer your first question, that to achieve the numbers that we want. So the niche market is very important. Sometimes we want to do sport tourism, especially F1, even though it's a Bahrain F1, but it will held in Malaysia. And a lot of motorsport lovers coming from India also. I heard booking coming from India is increasing from 1,000 tickets they requested as for yesterday. So which means it's coming. Then we have MotoGP coming soon during November. That one already 5,000 pack already confirmed coming from India, but different booking. Yes, that's why we focus niche and more niche market in order for us to get more numbers. Yes, besides the normal things like weddings, MICE market, it always continue. We have 1,000 of MICE group coming to Malaysia. Of course, fully Langkawi, Penang is popular. These two destinations, and also Langkawi, Penang and Kuala Lumpur is popular among the MICE destination. So if everybody play their role, we will achieve what we target at the end of the year. Okay, Nigel, if you want.
I think to add to that also, there are other aspects of the market that the Indian corporate markets especially could be interested in. Malaysia sits at a very nice price point, right, between countries like Singapore, for example, and even Thailand. So in terms of connectivity, yes, we do have good connectivity. We could do with more, of course. But what we would like to look at is to encourage, especially the corporate sector of India, to consider Malaysia as a venue for their meetings. Now, this is actually one of the new popular trends worldwide, where meetings are held in small groups, normally the C-suites and above, you know, or management level corporate groups who need a place to go to, sit down, do a bit of a powwow, you know, strategize, you know, reorganize, and do it in a place where all the modern facilities are available. suitable for the corporate customer, yet at a rate that is highly affordable, right? Even for companies, regardless of size. So that is going to be one future market that we think should be developed in India. The second thing, of course, as the DG has also mentioned, Malaysia is also actually quite famous for sporting events. I was told yesterday night that there is a bit of a lack of accessibility in terms of golf courses here in India, and Indians love to play golf. You know, so Malaysia, for example, is one of those destinations. There are plenty of golf, we call it golf courses available in very beautiful scenic places, all very accessible. It is also one of the places where a lot of international events besides motorsports are being held. We have the famous Tour de Langkawi. We have multiple Ironman events running throughout the country. Recently, pickleball has become extremely popular, and we have seen a lot of traction there in Kuala Lumpur and the other states. Mata, for example, organized pickleball Grand Slam in Kuching last year, and we had some of the top Indian players come to contest and compete in Kuching, Sarawak. And so sports tourism is not just a niche product for us. The infrastructure is there, it is available. The authorities are well versed in these kinds of events, and one thing we would probably like to see is to perhaps encourage some of the Indian companies or event organizers to consider Malaysia as one of those sporting destinations as well.
Okay, just to answer your first question, India is still a co-op member in ASEAN. Okay, it's not that just because it's inside China we have neglected. India has a very strong presence in ASEAN. In Malaysia, there is even an association called ASEAN and India Business Community Champion, which is our local Indians are heading the thing. And the other good example I would give you, two large countries, visa will always a problem, which is China and India. You know, I think some of you, if you goes back to some people in the industry, not long ago, 3 years ago, we had a lot of issues on visa, Indian to come to Malaysia. Process slow, rejection high, people go to airport, don't get visa, all these problems were there. But these two countries, Malaysia, made visa free, not just application. You don't have to apply, you just come to the airport, you give your thing, whatever document they ask you, visa free. That shows the commitment for Malaysia over the Indian market. You know, visa relaxation does not come from Ministry of Tourism. Am I right to say that? It comes from Ministry of Home Affairs. Ministry of Home Affairs is the government, I cannot speak on behalf of the government. So, it comes from Ministry of Home Affairs. And for Ministry of Home Affairs in many countries, they are not worried about tourism. So what? Security, priorities are there. But in Malaysia, this Home Affairs give visa free to these two large countries for last 2 years plus, and which expected to extend next year as well. We have made request to the Ministry of Tourism through him office. We are trying to get this approved for next 1 or 2 years again. Thank you very much.
DMC partner, the Indian DMC partner. Packages, we have special packages, not only Kuala Lumpur, we have targeted also this time to Cameron Highland. That is not new to Indian or even to other travelers, but this is one of the destinations that we have put in for this Chalo Malaysia campaign. The brand and visibility of this Chalo Malaysia campaign in Mumbai, because yes, of course, this is initiated from our Mumbai office. We work with Mumbai Metro Line 1 or the Blue Line, the metro train, for the external and internal branding of the train. We have put up our content and footages of Malaysia in ideally is actually for the branding and also tactical communication. Throughout the branding and awareness, we urge or to create demand for the commuters. I come to understand that it is almost 500,000 commuters daily commute between Versova, Andri and Gakopan, and these are the target travelers or the community that coming from corporate sectors, entrepreneurs and also families and young urban travelers, of course. And between our collaboration with our local partners, these have come out, and this campaign will last for until September. Why we choose this third quarter of the year for the campaign is during the festive season, of course. We come to understand also the Indian travelers, besides having the festival in India, there are some also travel abroad. And due to the awareness of our Visit Malaysia campaign 2026-2027, we take this opportunity as branding awareness. And this is our first time in India to do this branding using this train. You have seen Malaysia, for example, in London, we have wrapped our London taxi, London bus, but this is first in India. Sure, we'll get you in hand, sure. Yes, madam, please.
I had a question, destination weddings, you spoke about MICE, destination weddings also forms a large part of the segment. Given the Indian weddings, they have particular rituals and customs. So how does Tourism Malaysia plan to cater to those requirements? Like we have a fire requirement, or maybe food is another one of the concerns. So how do you plan to adhere to those requirements to increase travelers for the destination wedding segment?
In terms of offerings for the Malaysia as a preferred wedding destination, I have to say as a preferred. We may be not the main wedding destination as a preferred comparing to our neighboring country, like I have to say here, Vietnam and Thailand. But in terms of facilities, I just spoke to you last night about this wedding destination, where the facilities that Malaysia have in terms of infrastructure for the wedding requirements, I come to understand also there's a lot of details for wedding requirement, especially for India. The venue itself, be it you want to do it your wedding on the highland, by the beach, in the city, we have that facilities in terms of the venue. Catering, I'm sure due some of the requirements for the meals requirements, I come to understand also about the giant food, where the planners, the wedding planners from India, they bring their own chef and even the ingredients. But we from Malaysia, stakeholders, especially from the hotel, we can cater the venue only to rental the kitchen to that extent. And of course, later Madam Tok would like to add on the how the crowd arrangement on that. Please.
Okay, wedding, it is upcoming destination Malaysia. Compared as what Nati said, compared to our neighbors, we are a little behind, but we are there. The only issue that's when it comes to, like we have done some of our company has done it, even other organizers, other hotels has done it. If anybody knows Munna Maharaj, regarded one of the most popular event chef, he brings in about 40 chefs to do it. He needs his own coach to come in to do everything. He does as our friend says, they hire the whole kitchen, they do the whole marketing, everything comes. How much we put in from even an Indian chef, the hotel tried to put in. End of the day, the wedding family, their community, the expectation is far higher than what the hotel can prepare. That's one thing to understand. So last night we were talking to someone that we should talk to hotels where they could allow us to use the venue and kitchen, which the city hotels may not. Even the wedding planners, they don't want to have it in the city because they spend so much money in coming to go shopping. So they like to do something little outskirts of the city area, maybe Langkawi. Kota Kinabalu, the Shangri-La had a 2-3 weddings, very successfully they had. So the same thing, I think we have to look around outside now. The culture of bringing a chef, yes, it is a little bit of negative of the hotels, but I personally as an industry, it is moving towards that direction. We have done it 1 or 2 hotels in Putrajaya. It will happen.
I just want to add up a little bit about the wedding, destination wedding. From government side, when it's all confirmed, they want to come. We ourselves, as Tourism Malaysia, we will be stationed at custom immigrations. Why it's very important? Because they will bring so many jewelries. There were so many jewelries. So the custom Malaysia said maybe they want to sell. So we have to stand there. I experienced myself. I standing there by myself. No sir, this is for wedding. We have to show all the photos of Indian wedding and others. There are That day I still remember 20 bags full of lenga and saris, for example. So of course the customer think, oh, you want to open a shop or whatever. So that's why from government side we try to assist. When you fulfill all the criteria, then we just stay there at immigration and custom to assist. That's why since like Dato' Arul or from Mr. Nigel have to inform us if they get any group of destination wedding for us to assist in terms of government side.
Normally for see, this kind of thing we have done a few times, they have to give a letter saying that there's no commercial value. So they bring, whatever they're bringing, they will take back. And the other one, the wedding family, they only bring the pandit. That person. You know, for them, pandit is spiritual things. For them, they come and practice in the local temples. We have to convince them that it's not there. Then they also chef. We have to get permission, but Tourism Malaysia, they really help the private sector to work together.
Honestly, early this year, we are targeting 2.1 million because after visa free, the numbers are very encouraging. We touched 1 million in 2024, and 2025 we touched 1.5. So I give challenge to my officers and also my good friend, both to target for Visit Malaysia year 2026, the end we must target 2.1 million. And suddenly the war hit. So they're asking me, boss, you want to reduce the numbers, whatever? No, I'm very trustful with my Indian friend. They will make up the numbers. So still I'm maintaining the target 2.1 million. And honestly, for India market, we already talked several meetings. We want to have more new product for India market, more new experience for the India market, for them to explore more in Malaysia. Like Ms. Hayati mentions, it's not only Kuala Lumpur, Langkawi and Penang. We want to explore more the east coast of Peninsular Malaysia, the Borneo side, Sabah and Sarawak, which has a lot to offer to all the Indians market. I hope to answer really question.
Thank you, sir. My next question is, what specific step is Tourism Malaysia taking to attract more Indian visitors beyond Kuala Lumpur and Langkawi?
Okay, that's why, especially for example, this time around, for Mumbai office alone, they are targeting do Chalo Malaysia program. So inside this Chalo Malaysia program, Let's Go Malaysia, they have many other products, not only Kuala Lumpur and Langkawi, not only Kuala Lumpur Genting. They have a lot of, like I mentioned earlier, East Coast product, Sabah and Sarawak. That's how we promote Malaysia. Then, so that we can introduce more new product to the India market. Maybe two of my friends will answer more detail. Hold on.
I think just to add on to the Director General's answer, there is a lot more to Malaysia that hasn't been explored, I think, by the Indian market in general. Some of you may have heard of our East Coast states. We have some beautiful islands on that side. There are also some very nice pristine beaches even on the mainland, right? And it's not very far away. It's either a simple connecting flight, or for those who are a little bit more adventurous, there are programs and itineraries that can take you through the central region of Malaysia to your onward destination on the East Coast. But if it's sun, sea, sand, a bit of peace, and really being able to connect with the local culture, the East Coast is perfect, right? Then of course you also have the east side of Malaysia, so you've got Sabah and Sarawak. Those two states offer a plethora of new activities, and I understand that a lot of the younger Indians are also very active, as much of the younger generation is globally. So it offers a lot in terms of back to nature experiences, a little bit of adventure tourism, and there are even, for those who are a bit braver, some extreme sports activities that are also available. Diving is it's a diver's dream in Sabah, especially on the east side of Sabah, closer towards the Philippines. We've got fantastic places like Sipadan, which is a World Heritage recognized site, UNESCO site. And even down for Sarawak, they have a lot of those natural attractions as well. And the cities themselves, after many years, is beginning to evolve. right? And you get a very nice blend in any of these cities that you go to of the modern and the traditional cultures, you know. So for Indian tourists especially, you do not really have to worry about your comforts, your basic needs and comforts. They are available throughout Malaysia. Again, connectivity is very good, and we do believe that there are a lot of other attractions, activities that will also appeal to the